What's up, design family, and welcome back to another episode of Fittdesign TV. So glad to have you back on the channel. On today's episode, we'll be looking at how important it can be to set the right tone for your fashion brand. Also, before we get started, if you guys are not subscribed, please consider doing so. We put out great content on a week-to-week basis and upload every Wednesday and Sunday, and have done so consistently without missing a beat for the last 2 years. Also, if you guys don't have your notifications turned on, consider turning them on so that you guys never miss an episode. Designing and delivering a unique product that feels authentic to your brand is half the battle. The other half involves the way that you market and present said product. Maintaining this consistency and authenticity in the way that you present your media, whether it's visual, auditory, even written, is beyond imperative. At the end of the day, different tonalities can actually alter the perceptions of your customers even around the same product. That way, it is beyond important that the way in which you speak about your product, like I mentioned, whether it's through written or visual media, is done so in a way that completely aligns with your core brand values. Hey guys, and welcome to Fittdesign TV. So glad to have you here. On this channel, we discuss all things sports fashion, graphic design, manufacturing, and technology. We'll discuss key topics, answer pressing questions, and provide actionable steps on starting your own product line. If you're interested in any of the above topics, stick around. You're in for a good one. On this episode, we'll evaluate 4 key tones that your brand can take on, as well as outlining some potential words that you should be using to push that tonality even further. The first tone or aesthetic is going to be that of the historical. Here, you definitely want to be evoking a sense of timelessness and elegance in your wording. It's important to present your collections and your pieces as transcendent through time rather than outdated or out of fashion. Some of the keywords that you should definitely be using when writing about your brand are things like timeless, generational, traditional, and even transcendent. The second tone that you could try to evoke is that of the contemporary. This tone is all about bringing a sense of relevance and an in-touch attitude to your clothing. It's also about pushing boundaries and always innovating. So in this case, it's important to always present your pieces as radical, different, and unique. Some keywords that you should definitely be using if you're pushing that contemporary style are going to be things like fluid, dynamic, relevant, in-touch, and of course, modern. Number 3 is going to be the casual tone. This is all about creating a sense of comfort and familiarity around your clothes. It's important to evoke a sense of been there, but at the same time still keep it fresh. This familiarity and the friendliness that you create is going to help to disarm your customers when it comes to making a purchasing decision, because they almost feel like they already own the clothes that you're speaking about. When you're trying to evoke this casual mood, it's important to be using words like little, go-to, must-have, pair this with that, and even say hello to this or say hello to that. All these colloquial terms are going to help to create more of a conversational attitude between the brand and the customer, all of which is going to help push this casual tone forward. Number 4, and last but not least, is the tonality of luxury. This tone is easy to understand, but actually quite difficult to convey. It's not so much about talking about how expensive your clothing is. Rather, it's about transporting your customers into this world of luxury that they can only dream about, using your clothing and your pieces as the gateway into that world. Here, you can definitely try using words like constructed from, expertly, handcrafted, luxe, exclusive, and even pinnacle. Well, that is pretty much it for this episode, guys. If you enjoyed this piece, I have another one in mind for 4 other key apparel categories that I think you guys will definitely find useful. And we'll go and outline how to set the right tone for them. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, let me know in the comments below, and we'll definitely consider dropping a part 2 of the series. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Fittdesign TV. Until next week's episode, stay awesome.